Get to look at the
primary ignition.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Life at Lightspeed podcast. My name is Colin.
And I'm Brooke, and that's Hayden.
I guess that's Hayden. We got him hanging out in the background. Yeah. He might have to join us here in a second, but looks like he's excited. We're here to talk about Star Wars.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yes, because this has been a very busy week for Star Wars.
We have I know. We finally feel like we have some stuff. He has a lot of opinions. We don't know what they are.
No, we don't, but I'm learning how to speak, baby.
Them.
Yeah. So there's a lot to talk about. There is the Super Bowl TV spot debate that I wanted to kind of dive into because it seems like there's a lot of mixed feelings about it. And then there's also a lot of toy announcements as well.
Yep. Yeah, is that what you're excited about?
This is gonna be a long podcast. So there was the toy fair last night in New York, and there were a bunch of toy reveals, including Lego, Black Series, merchandise from all, a bunch of different things. And then also last night we got the wonderful trailer, a new gameplay reveal trailer, pretty much for Galactic Racer, and a fan favorite Glub Shido returned, Ben Quadinaros, and we definitely need to talk about that. But first things first, thank you everyone that is listening, and not just that, we also want to say a big that's not what I wanted to click.
Technical difficulties.
There we go. Thank you for listening. We have been doing this for a couple of months now. We are part of the Virtual Cantina Network, and they are just an amazing group. There is a lot of events coming up. Some will be announcing officially soon as well. Also, Purple ScumCon is also in August. That means Boonta Eve is around the corner, so stay tuned for that. And there's so much to look forward to for the Virtual Cantina Network this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's dive right in, because there is actually a lot to talk about for this week. I think we should start with the TV spot.
Sure, it's
with the
Super
TV
Bowl.
spot debate.
Uh-huh.
I think Hayden thinks so too.
So yeah, I missed it when it aired. I was putting him down to bed.
Yeah.
And so I came back upstairs to just an uproar on the internet, and I had to go look up what on earth was going on.
Yeah.
And so what did you think of it? I guess just
so,
general, how did you feel?
Before I dive into my thoughts about it, I wanted to dive into both sides. So the one side right now, they're for the one side right now about the TV spot, there are fans that have been really waiting for them to market this movie.
Yeah.
They have not been really marketing this movie like their past stuff. This is the first movie that we've gotten in the theater since 2019. It is 3 months away.
Yeah.
And there are fans out there that are, we're not expecting a Star Wars TV spot paying homage to old old Budweiser commercials. And I think that really caught people off guard because people really had it in their thoughts that there was going to be a trailer.
Well, it's
I
just like, that just follows suit
Yeah.
with what you would expect at the Super Bowl. Like that's just yeah, I agree. So I can understand the people who are like that's what they're expecting.
Yeah. I suspected that there was going to be something. I just didn't and I did have hope that there was going to be a trailer. There are people, which is totally fine, that really don't like trailers and they want to just wait until the movie comes out. And
So I am personally kind of one of those people.
Yeah.
Like obviously you need to have like the trailer is supposed to get you hooked, right?
Yes.
It gives you little snippets so you have a basic idea of what you're going into and whether or not you like want to see it, right?
Yeah.
And so I like a good trailer to get you excited about things. I do think that sometimes studios can just put too much into them and do too many where it like you watch the movie and you're like, oh wow, like all the good parts I actually already saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like sometimes there's a history of doing too much. So I want just enough. So like I'm kind of one of those people, but I still want like the initial, like I want a trailer to be like, oh yep, that's cool. I want to see it, but I don't want too much. However, I am kind of also on the side right now that Disney has been doing this thing where they just like aren't marketing their movies these days, it feels like. Like I don't want nothing. So I'm kind of like in the middle.
I mean, it could, and again, this is just our theories because no one actually knows the real answer on unless you're on the inside.
Speculation.
But it could be because of that transitional period right now happening at Lucasfilm and Disney. Just because the position of power is being transitioned to other people. So it could be things got lost in the mix, or this is their strategy. But the TV spot was directed by John Favreau. People over at Industrial Light and Magic actually did work on it, so it was their work. It just wasn't a trailer. Now I'm gonna kind of go full nerd on this because in the teaser trailer that we got over at Star Wars Celebration, we actually do go to a winter planet, and it's been rumored that it is Hoth, that they went back to Hoth, because after Empire Strikes Back, it is believed that the Empire, actually took over Echo Base. So
I mean, you would think.
Yeah. So there's a chance that we are going back to Hoth. So in a way, this is kind of like, being like, hey, here's Tauntauns, that whole scene probably isn't going to happen in the movie, but we will probably see.
I mean, it could.
I mean,
it could.
You're absolutely right. It could. And from my point of view, I would be shocked if they took anything out from that Budweiser themed commercial and put it into the movie. It would just be kind of like a weird thing.
It really wasn't advertising anything.
No,
right?
no.
I wanted to make sure I didn't miss that. It just kind of was. It was just kind of fun.
It did advertise that the movie is coming.
Sure, yeah,
movie, but it was specifically for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it was to pay homage to this old.
I was gonna say
Budweiser commercials.
I did enjoy it. I thought it was really fun. And kind of off the wall, like not what you were expecting. I feel like there maybe was a different time and place for it because they really haven't dropped like that big main trailer that a lot of people were expecting.
So
that would have been fun to just drop.
So they technically did drop a second trailer. It didn't drop online. It dropped in theaters with Avatar, and they added only a couple of different scenes to that. And
see, that's where I go into my why bother? If you're just gonna add a couple things, again, don't give away too much.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's me. That's
right. So going back to the two sides of the situation.
Yeah.
There are the fans that are that were expecting a trailer, and then there were the fans that were that were happy with the TV spot because they knew it was, you know, instantly hearing uh, the the voice,
Mm.
and then of just hearing, just, you know, of the way the music was playing and everything. It was a direct homage to those old
Yeah.
Budweiser
And it was
commercials.
fun.
Right. It was fun. And now there are fans that really love that, but then, you know, there's the fans that are upset in a way because they are not really marketing
Yeah.
this film as the fans are expecting,
And I think that's
kind of
valid.
like what they did, you know, with Force Awakens and like all of those big movies. Now, this is a TV movie, which means in order to understand, you
Yep.
know, probably most of the stuff happening in the movie fully, you need to
You gotta watch quite a bit,
you
honestly.
you do.
Which is
And
why I always said it's really like jarring for me to jump from like TV to movie to from TV to movie because I think it starts to get a little funky
yeah,
and it's hard, right? Because there's only a certain amount of people who can actually go see this movie. You know, you have to watch all of The Mandalorian, you have to watch, you know, Book of Boba, even a bit of Ahsoka, you know, like
yeah. So with that being said, it really is, um they are approaching this differently. Kind of reminds me of when they were advertising, and I think some people have said this, where, you know, it's very similar to how they were advertising and gearing up for the Solo movie,
mm,
because I believe we didn't get our first actual trailer of Solo until the Super Bowl, and that movie came out in May. And
so yeah, super similar
yeah,
timeline.
and then I don't think we got an actual full real trailer until I think a couple of, you know, I think like a month out
Yeah.
from from when Solo came
Which
out.
I'm gonna say at that point, what is the point? Because isn't the point
Yeah.
like you want people talking about your stuff, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's probably is an appropriate time span, but a month before feels way too soon. Like the talk is gonna
Yeah.
it could be longer. I
Yeah.
can't put that into words.
So
You know what I mean?
right.
Like
And and for me, and on my side, I understand both sides of where, you know, the fans that are upset that we didn't get a trailer, the fans that are content with the TV spot. I think there's more meaning behind, you know, on both sides of the fans that are, you know, not happy with the TV spot specifically because we want more marketing, because we want to
mhm.
get more excited. Now, last night we got our, like, you know, our first feel, and I kind of got excited, and I think some fans did too, because we got a bunch of different toy reveals that happened over at a toy fair in New York. And okay, I don't know what happened there.
We don't either.
All right. Um so uh it w- with that being said, it felt like classic, you know, Star Wars advertisement, kind of like they did, like, you know, prepping everyone for Force Friday, Triple Force Friday, for those who were there for those events. And, you know, the toys are a very big part of what Star Wars is. And it helped, you know, campaign Star Wars back in the day. And that tradition is carried on to where we are now. And, you know, yesterday we got official reveals, which I'm going to put on the screen, um, of different toys that we'll be getting, and some of it kind of is just like, oh, interesting. So we got some different we got some Funko Pops. There's a new droid that our friend Hunter is very, very excited about. And then, you know, we also got a bunch of new Lego sets as well. We have a new Lego Razor Crest. We have a new ATRT. And again, that planet, it does look very similar to Hoth. So, and then, you know, we have a new Republic X-wing that comes with Sigourney Weaver's character and Carson Teva. We have the new and Zellian ship as well. The only thing I would say about these is the prices are kind of, high.
Ooh,
And I feel like
I love Lego. Oh, do I love
we
Lego?
love Lego in this house,
But
but
yeah, I gotta say those prices are starting to look not
yeah,
very friendly.
no. Now I want to talk about this Lego crest.
Let's do it.
So of this, I called it a Lego crest, a Lego Razor Crest. Because this Lego Razor Crest is smaller than what we got.
The OG Razor Crest.
Right. Now, because of that, you would think it would be cheaper. It's actually more expensive.
Well, gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, when did the original one come out?
I think 2020.
2020. Oh,
I know.
yeah.
That was 6 years ago.
I remember us building it too.
Yeah.
That was a fun build.
I tell the story all the time because no joke, we like built it and then like right after we built it,
yeah, like the next episode.
It was the very next day.
Is the one where it blew up.
Yep. And you and I were just like,
oh, gotta drop it off the railing.
Well, there you go.
We did not.
But yeah. So I think some pricing for Lego has gone up a lot.
I mean, you gotta, everything is going up.
Yeah.
So it's not just Lego, but it's, the prices are rising and people aren't able to, you can't get it.
No.
Because it's a little out of your price range now. So it's just kind of a bummer. Yeah, sometimes I always walk down the Lego aisle, you gotta do a little window shopping. And yeah, the amount of times where I'm like, I would buy that if it was like $10-20 cheaper.
Yeah. And then we also got some new action figure reveals, including a new Marshall IG-11 Black Series figure, a couple of the new Snow Trooper figures that have like half of their kind of front mask like on the bottom of the face part kind of taken off, which we never seen before. So it's a Snow Trooper. It's just a different look at the Snow Trooper. And then we
So wait, rewind. I guess I didn't look at it closely. The Snow Trooper has the bottom half of his helmet off.
Yes, and underneath there's it kind of looks like there's like these like kind of air duct type thing. It's like silver.
But is it fully covered or
yeah?
Just, okay.
Yeah.
Because like when you say it's half removed, I'm like, that's not going to help you in the snow.
Because the mask goes like, it goes on top and then it kind of curves and then goes down. So it's just a visor pretty much on the Snow Trooper that's showing.
Right.
But yeah. But
I know.
All of the toys and everything looks super, super cool. Seeing all that stuff got me very, very excited.
That's what the studio should be doing, right? Like that's like I feel like a good like year or two before a project comes out. Like you drop little things here and there, you keep people talking about it, and like most importantly, you're getting people excited about it. I feel like just the excitement, maybe it's just for me, it hasn't been there as much lately. And I'm not talking like just like Disney. I think a lot of other studios are doing this too. Like it just feels like less and people aren't talking about it as much. And I'm not as excited about stuff. Do you feel like kind of the same?
It really depends.
I mean,
so
sure.
I had a decent amount of people reach out to me, a couple of my friends saying like, I'm really bummed with like the state of their advertising for this. And in my mind, I'm like
not for the project itself, just like, the advertising.
Yeah. And in my mind, and I did say this a couple of times. I was like, I would just be patient because I think they are going to really start advertising this. I think they just didn't want to drag it out. And I can see from a business point, but I'm also seeing from a fan's point of view. And I think, for the next couple of weeks and like months and everything leading up to this movie, I think we will be getting more stuff. I'm hoping that it's more than what we got for Solo, because Solo, I'm not gonna lie, I think it really suffered because of everything that happened with The Last Jedi and then it was kind of um I don't think it was because it was that Solo came out shortly after Last Jedi. I think it's because that movie came out the same month, like around the same, yeah, it came around the same span of Avengers Infinity War. And that was the hype that everyone was talking about. And I think,
Yeah, sorry, Solo. You were not going to beat Infinity War.
yeah. And I think Solo kind of got lost in the mix. Now, Solo's a great film. I love the film. I just rewatched that film. That film was phenomenal. And I can't wait until the Lando series. Okay, well,
I feel like it's not necessarily negative or positive.
We can save that story.
Sure.
For another
I know
time.
you're all on the edge of your seats. What does the think about the Solo movie?
Yeah, but it's going to be very interesting to see of how this movie turns out, because there are fans that are also saying that this film could be just season 4, but on screen. So it would feel like a TV movie.
Point?
Well, so there is a difference between a budget of a movie and a budget of a TV show. For example, there was Moana 2. That was supposed to be an actual TV show. And if you watch it, you kind of get that sense of like, oh, okay, interesting. Now, if you go and watch this movie, I don't think it's going to be that. I think maybe there were elements of this that were going to be in season 4, but then they had to change it a lot. I mean, again, this is me just speculating because we won't get the actual answer until we go and see the movie. But I think this will feel like a Star Wars movie. I think the next trailer, I think the next big thing, in order to draw people really in, there needs to be, not major reveals, but I think they should really show something in there that's really going to draw the outside crowd
but
in.
Again, like I said, I am always wary about that because don't show us too much.
I don't want that. I want it more to. So, for example, you and me, big Star Wars fans, we'll go see this film no matter what. Now, to the people that are not hardcore fans, to the people that like, I've got people in my family, they love Star Wars. They've never seen The Mandalorian, and that's very unfortunate. But
okay, I see.
I really don't see that crowd of being like, oh, so I have to watch a TV show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think if you're like watching it and for like a split second you see, which this is kind of a big reveal, but I'm just throwing it out there as a small example. You end up seeing the Millennium Falcon for like a split second, and then you're those fans that aren't big fans of the Mandalorian or have never seen it are just like, oh wait.
That is an important distinction.
We might see, Han Solo or Chewbacca or Luke or Leia. You know what? I might go see this movie.
Because, we are coming from a place of, obviously, we've seen everything. We're going to see it regardless. But getting the more casual fan into the theaters, that does change how you advertise for the movie.
Yes. So I think if they do something like that, and again, I'm not saying like the Falcon needs to be in it, even though that would be super cool. But something like a big, reveal like that.
Even if they dropped like a Luke cameo, like we know obviously that he is a part of that universe, but the casual fan who maybe hasn't seen The Mandalorian would be like, oh my gosh, Luke Skywalker's in this. And so, they might go.
Right. And, the budget for a movie is always larger than what they do for a TV show. So imagine, us watching that and having those movie surprises. Having Sigourney Weaver in a Star Wars movie is a big deal because she is a legendary pop culture 80s,
She's iconic.
Yeah.
Good old cousin Sigourney.
Like she's spelled with an A, not with the E. But well, I guess there's an E in there, but not two E's. But yeah, so I think if they
there's two E's.
No,
he's thinking about it. He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So I'm excited for The Mandalorian Grogu. And I think there is a big, I think there's a kind of a I don't want to say a split, but I think everyone has very different expectations um for this movie. And I think that's okay. My thing is just don't hate on other people like
Oh,
um
sure, different opinions than you.
if they have different
Everyone's
opinions than
entitled
you.
to how they feel about things, and everyone likes different
Yeah.
things because, like
Yeah.
we've been talking about, there are some people who
Yeah.
are like, I don't really need to see the trailers. I'm just ready to go see the movie.
I've seen
And
others
then other
like
people who are like,
yeah.
nah, give me more, give me
Yeah.
more. Like, neither of those is wrong.
Yeah. And I think the other thing too is when you're in the position of being a social media influencer, I think you know, some just at the end of the day, I think it's just you have to be, you know, mindful on like how you say things and, of what we're saying is not law. It's not like, you know,
Sure.
my opinion is the thing.
Well,
Like,
speak for yourself.
yeah. So it's not like that. Just remember everyone is entitled to their own opinion about this and you don't need to go, after other people if you don't agree with them. It's just courtesy, it's kindness. And in the Star Wars community, we do our best to be kind. So just remember that. Yeah, and then yeah. um Then there was the toy fair, and all those new toys coming out, super exciting. They also dropped some things for
I
the
think
new mall,
the problem we now
Mall Shadow
face
Lord. Yeah.
is where are we gonna put them all? We are running out of room.
Hayden's having the time of his life over
He
there.
is, yeah. We're gonna
Um,
need to invest in a warehouse.
a warehouse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, we can just add a bunch of shelves in Hayden's room and then
Yeah. Yeah, you cool with that?
yeah. Um, and then there was the new trailer for Galactic Racers.
No.
And I am telling you, when I saw that, and I saw it like maybe a couple of minutes after it dropped, I messaged our friend Hunter right away that the king has returned. The return of the king, one of the greatest glove shadows of all time, and that is Ben Quadinaros. Uh, in this trailer,
Who?
Ben Quadinaros.
I'm kidding. I obviously know about good old Ben.
Do you can you grab me really quick?
You want me to grab the child?
Grab the child. I would like to see the baby. But yeah. And then in the trailer, it was a bunch of gameplay footage. And we and in that trailer, we saw a in that trailer, we saw first person view, third person view. We saw what it's like to jump uh from the lead to the back, crashing, running into other vehicles. Now, I was just replaying the Star Wars game, the Pod Racer, Pod Racers, Pod Racers Revenge, and in that game, are you have the opportunity of crashing into other vehicles and crashing into the wall. But in this game, it looks like it's similar. People from Need for Speed and Burnout Revenge, I guess, have been working on this game. People who have worked on those games in the past, and um, they're also going to have officially customization, which I think they did hint at that a couple of weeks ago, but they just reconfirmed it, which is super cool. I am beyond excited for this game. I want to have a launch party for this game over at our cantina of when the game comes out, because this is probably one of my highly anticipated games of the year. And I am excited. And what made me more excited is that we also got a confirmation there will be pod racing in this game, besides building your own, your own custom speeder bikes and different land speeders. But there will be pod racing. And in the end of the trailer, you do see them back on Tatooine. What looks like Tatooine, of where they're going through, getting ready to gear up to go to Beggars Canyon, and you have a behind shot of Sebulba. Well, then we go a tiny bit forward, and you see Ben Quadinaros, and he is in his um old pod racer, which is super cool. And then he looks older. He's got some you know wrinkles showing. It's just like with Sebulba because we saw some gray on his goatee that he had. So, um,
You gotta hand it to the for detail.
yeah,
Like that's something that probably not a lot of people would even think about, but just a nice little ad to give them
yeah,
a little gray and some wrinkles because obviously they've aged.
yes. So I saw that. It got me super excited. So I am beyond excited for this game. I'm hoping for a May 4th release.
That would be really
That
fun.
would be really cool. We still don't know anything if they are doing a Tales yet or not. So if we know that the last episode of Mall Shadow Lord will be coming out on May 4th. If we did have a new show of Tales, that would be awesome. Um, we don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that would be awesome. And then, uh, yeah. So as of right now, we know that's happening, and then, um, we just don't have a release date yet for this game. But I'm very excited. You can play against other people online. You can
That's
play
what I think is
in the
really cool.
campaign mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was talking with Hunter, and then he was just like, I need to get a new console. And I was like, well, yeah, how else am I supposed to beat you? So yeah, you know. Yep. The game's coming out this year. We just don't know when. May 4th, I'm hoping, because the way that they're advertising, of the way that they're advertising this game, it it just slowly it feels like we may have a May release, which would be super cool because May traditionally is normally like the big Star Wars um kind of month. So yeah. So here's hoping. But yeah, how excited are you for the game?
I'm decently excited. So coincidentally, I love Mario Kart. I think we've talked about. But whenever I am playing any other video game that involves racing, I'm terrible at it. Like for whatever reason. So I'm hopeful that I will be okay at it. But I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to play that, and can't wait to see what happens. Finally, we have some other announcements that happened this week as well, which was we are getting 3 new Mandalorian Grogu tie-in books. So we are getting the Mandalorian visual guide. We're getting the art of the Mandalorian Grogu, and then we're getting a Mandalorian cookbook, official recipes from the outer reaches of the galaxy. So we're getting 3. And the art covers and everything were recently released. But yeah, a lot of things to look forward to. And then tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I just had a brain fart. Sorry.
Tomorrow's
Uh,
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a funny way to say this, but we are, we're going to a galaxy far, far away tomorrow, and we are doing the most traditional thing that you can do.
Not the real. Like that makes it sound like we're going to Disney.
Oh, wow! I'm gonna tell Jeremy
Okay.
and Alyssa that you said that.
Not like
I'm
that.
telling
Not
them
like-
that.
you need to have distinction.
I was gonna get there.
You were going too slow.
I was gonna get there. With that being said, we are going to a galaxy far, far away, and it's 50 minutes away from our house. Our friends built a cantina, and we've decided to possibly start a new tradition, which is a big pod racing party where we go to the cantina, play a bunch of old pod racing games with a bunch of friends, and we're super excited about it. Our friend Jeremy has just worked so hard on his cantina and of the different stuff that he's added to it, a bunch of different pod racer flags. So, and then, it's going to be great because our friend group all will be there. And I'm excited to see everyone and have fun.
Yeah, same.
Yep. And then I'm going to be going out to Texas next week for Wookiee related stuff. There will be a bunch of announcements happening soon because some big life changes will also be happening soon. So, yeah. I got you. Are you sure you want me to talk about that? Okay. Okay. I can save it. I can save it for another time. That's it. I know this episode was you are just amazing, and I love you, Mr. Hayden. Hayden did not go down for his nap, so he's chilling. Yeah. He also
He's realizing that we're like really cool,
yeah.
and he wants to just be with us all the time.
I mean, it makes sense.
I'm flattered.
I mean, I'm cool. I think you're still working on some things, but yeah.
That's not what he told me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yep. Hayden's doing great. He turns 9 months next week. But with that being said, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. Oh, yeah?
He's not done. He has more to say.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. He has decided to keep it for later.
Okay. Podcasting with a baby. We should get you a small mic, and then we should
Now,
get you.
To be fair, he has one. It was just left at grandma's.
We should grab his high chair, and then when we grab his high chair, we can have a mic set up and then point it to him.
Oh, because he definitely wouldn't grab that at all.
We can have it like, kind of distant and out of reach.
We'll set it up. We'll figure it out.
There you go. With that being said, thank you so much for listening. Go and check out the Virtual Cantina Network for all the upcoming events. And just get ready for how busy this year is going to be for conventions and Star Wars and everything. With that being said, do you have any closing words?
I never do.
That's fair.
Just be safe out there.
And may the force be with you
forever and always.
Forever and always.